All right, hello, welcome back to another We've Been Different video. Today's video, we have one question in mind. That question is, what if the NBA season ended today? If the season ended today, look at the seedings. We got Cavs 1, Celtics 2, Knicks 3, 4 Bucks, 5 Pacers, 6 Pistons, 7 Hawks, and 8 Magic in terms of the top 8. Looking at playing opportunity, Heat and Bulls at 9 and 10. What would happen to the Eastern Conference? Let's talk about them first before we even remotely get into the Western Conference. For the sake of conversation, we're just going to assume the seeding is the top 8 and the top 8 only, just because talking about matchups is going to be easier that way. First and foremost, if the season did end today, I can tell you right now the Cavaliers would beat the Magic either 4-0 or 4-1. The way they're playing basketball, it's damn near guaranteed they get to the conference championship. Assuming, and this is the opposite of a strong assumption. This is the easiest assumption of all time. Assuming they get past whether it's the Bucks or maybe Pacers. I really feel like that's just easy at this point. The Cavs are playing too good to not get past those teams. So they're bound to get to the third round. Looking at second seed, Celtics would play the Hawks. That one, another really easy decision to make, and Celtics would destroy the Hawks. Probably 4-0, maybe 4-1, gentleman's sweep. Nevertheless, if the season ended today, Celtics and Cavs definitely moving forward. In terms of the discussion about the Knicks and Pistons and Bucks and Pacers, as entertaining as those two series would be, because I really believe both of those series would go to Game 6, I really feel like it's more so just a formality for those series to play out. Because let's be honest, Celtics at the 2 seed, they're going to have home court advantage against anyone they play aside from the Cavs. They're too dominant at home. They're going to win, and they're a good away team already. Cavaliers locking up home court advantage. They're even more dominant at home. Teams aren't really going to be able to handle these two. So the season ended today. As long as Boston holds on to that second seed, which they're more than likely going to do, you can just almost book it that that's who you're going to see in the conference championship, which would be an amazing series, by the way. It would be phenomenal. But for the point of discussion, who do I think would win between the Knicks and Pistons? I would take the Knicks in 6. Bucks and Pacers, I would take the Bucks in 7. That would be juicy, though. Pacers could easily win in 7 as well. And then again, Cavs would be playing the winner of Bucks and Pacers. I said Bucks would win. And yeah, Cavs would beat the Bucks. That one would go to 5 games. Maybe 6. Cavs would be up 3-1. Bucks win game 5 to be, Bucks win game 5 to be 3-2. And then game 6, Cavs finish it off. And then Celtics and Knicks. Celtics would win in 5. They've honestly owned the Knicks all season. I don't think it'd be a sweep, though, just because the Knicks fight really, really, really hard. I would say Celtics in 5. Yeah, that sounds about right. If you ask me, the season ended today. Even in general, like by the end of the season, assuming the Celtics hold that second seed, whether it's today or a month from now, you can pretty much just book it. Celtics and Cavs conference finals, assuming both sides are healthy. Pretty clear-cut obvious. You go to the Western side, things get way more hectic. Let's talk about it real quick. If the season ended today, looking at the 1 seed, Thunder, 2 seed Nuggets, 3 seed Lakers, 4 seed Grizzlies, 5 seed Rockets, 6 seed Warriors, 7 seed Timberwolves, 8 seed Clippers. If the season ended today, it would be crazy. Just because you have the Nuggets at the 2 seed, which gives them such a huge advantage over teams like Grizzlies and Rockets. Let me tell you why. This is actually pretty obvious. If you're the 2 or 3 seed, you don't have to play the Thunder in the second round. You can wait to meet them in the conference finals and build on your momentum and really start thriving when you get to that spot, as opposed to being the 4 seed or 5 seed. You have to play the Thunder in the second round. that's obviously not what you want. Nobody wants to play the Thunder in the second round or even the first round if you're the Clippers. So if the season ended today, huge advantage for Nuggets and Lakers. So I mean, there's a lot of time, to be honest with you, for these games to pan out, and maybe Lakers don't even end up with 3 or 2 seed. But assuming the season does end today, we would have Thunder versus Clippers. That would be easy 4-0. Maybe gentlemen sweep 4-1, but very easy series. This next series would be absolute hype. Timberwolves and Nuggets, that would be so tough. Super tough. If you ask me, I think the Timberwolves might end the season at the 6th seed. It's tough to say because Warriors are also playing super great, but I don't think the Timberwolves fall to the 8th seed. Granted, they do have to do that first play-in, but again, for the sake of conversation, let's just assume the season ended today and that seeding is what it is. Timberwolves versus Nuggets, that's probably going to go to at least Game 6, bare minimum, which would be tough for the Nuggets because you get the 2 seed, you think you get to play a team like the Clippers or Kings or the Rockets they would beat. The Grizzlies the Nuggets would beat. But you end up with the Timberwolves who, even though they're lower seed than some of these other teams, they can catch fire, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous. Very dangerous. So that would be a phenomenal series. Really, really spectacular highlights from both sides for sure, because you have Jokic battling with Anthony Edwards. And it would just be spectacular. Like nothing short of cinema. My prediction though, Nuggets would probably win in 6 or 7. I would say 6. Definitely a closer series though. Then you have Lakers versus Warriors though. That would be absolute insanity. Everyone would tune into that. You talk about another LeBron versus Steph Curry chapter. Huge series this would be if the seedings end up being what they are, assuming the season ended today. Who do I have as a bias? Obviously, for a lot of you that watch, I'm a Laker fan, but even just trying to be objective, I can't imagine the Lakers losing in the first round just because the addition of Luka Doncic really has changed this team. You can argue, hey, Jimmy Butler has changed the Warriors. And I would agree with you, he has. But if we're talking about who has a deeper team, I would say the Lakers. Let's take a look at the best players. You got Curry versus LeBron. I'm going to give the edge to LeBron. Or if you want to argue Luka, I would say Luka. Take a look at the second best players. Luka versus Jimmy, or LeBron versus Jimmy. I'm taking LeBron and Luka, whoever you say second best, over Jimmy. Looking at the third best players. Who's the third best player on the Warriors? Is it Jonathan Kuminga? Is it Podziemski? Is it Draymond? What are we thinking here? Moses Moody? They don't really have a definitive third best player. I mean, you could argue Draymond has a bigger impact than the rest of them, but I'm taking Austin Reeves over any of those guys that I really just mentioned. Fourth best player, Rui Hachimura, I'm taking over any of those guys. And just going into the bench, I mean, Gabe Vincent playing some pretty solid basketball. Then you want to talk about Jackson Hayes and his, evolution, turning really into a key piece to this Lakers team, which last year never would have said that. The Lakers to me just are deeper. Jordan Goodwin, Jameson has had some pretty good run. This team, Vando, I totally missed Vando, Dorian Finney-Smith, you know what I mean? Like, to me, this Lakers team is just deeper than the Warriors. And everyone's going to be running a 9-man rotation in the playoffs. Warriors, to me, are very top 2 heavy, more than, the Lakers, where, they do have Luka and LeBron, but they also have a lot of help from role players, which, in my opinion, the Warriors don't have. So that series would be cinema. I would go with the Lakers. The season ended today. I have the Thunder advancing, Nuggets advancing over the Timberwolves, and Lakers advancing over the Rockets. Then we got Grizzlies and Rockets, Lakers advancing over the Warriors. But talking about the Grizzlies and Rockets, this one will be a bit tough. Just because the Rockets team is so young. But you really kind of have to go with the Grizzlies. To be honest, how could you not go with the Grizzlies? I mean, more experience in the playoffs. The best players I would say are Grizzly players in John Morant and Jaren Jackson. Desmond Bane's probably better than their second best player, which is Jalen Green. Their third best player is better than Rockets' second best player. Arguably, I don't think he's better than Sengun. I wouldn't go that far. I would give the series to the Grizzlies, though, in about 6 games. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but I would give the series to the Lakers also in 6 games. Some really close series. Oddly enough, I did give all the high seeds victories, which is not something... Did I do that on the Eastern Conference? Did I give all the high seed victories? Yeah. That's not realistic, though. The NBA never pans out where all the high seeds win. But it could be where Pacers beat the Bucks. It could be. It's possible Pistons beat the Knicks. But in terms of, Celtics and Cavs losing, the seed 1 and 2 is not going to lose. And then same thing over here. I mean, it's definitely possible the Nuggets lose to the Timberwolves. It's a possibility. It's also a possibility Lakers lose to the Warriors. I don't think so. I really don't think it's going to happen. But it's a possibility. And then it's also a possibility. No, honestly, who am I kidding? I really think the Grizzlies just can't lose to the Rockets in the playoffs. If you ask me, the biggest question marks in the first round if the NBA ended today would be Nuggets and Timberwolves and Lakers and Warriors. But I would rock with the top seeds. Moving into the second round, it would be moving forward. Grizzlies versus Thunder. I would easily take the Thunder. Thunder, you can just book them, stamp them in. They're getting into the conference championship. Grizzlies do not have the firepower, nor can they even try to contain this Thunder team, which is just insanely deep. They have so many players who can shoot from 3. They have so many players who can play defense. And they have arguably the best player, bare minimum top 4 in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Probably going to win MVP this year. So, book the Thunder in. Then you have an insanely good series. Nuggets versus Lakers. I would say give me the Lakers just because I feel like the Nuggets have mostly struggled against some pretty good teams. Now, in their meeting earlier this year where Lakers had Luka and they played the Nuggets, the Lakers absolutely outplayed them. Obviously that's not playoffs. Playoffs is different. Nuggets also have a history of beating the Lakers in the playoffs. So, credit to the Nuggets. They would also have the best player, period, in Jokic. But their second best player, Jamal Murray, as good as he is in the playoffs, he's not Luka or LeBron. And Luka and LeBron, even considering their depth again, because depth, again, looking at the Nuggets, they don't have shooters. Their depth isn't really great compared to the Lakers. And that's where the Lakers, in my opinion, have a huge advantage. Also on top of having the most experienced player in LeBron. So I would give the Lakers Game 7 the win. That would be phenomenal. The NBA season ended today. I would have Lakers versus Thunder conference championship. I would have Cavs and Celtics in the conference championship. I would have Thunder beating the Lakers, even though I'm a Laker fan. To me, the Thunder are just insane. I can get into more deep analysis on that, but I feel like I've been kind of yapping for a minute. So to keep it short and simple, really, in my opinion, I think this would go to 7, but maybe 6, maybe even 6. But nobody in the league, in my opinion, has a deeper team than the Thunder. The Thunder's biggest weakness is experience, though. Why does that matter? What is the point behind that? It's a lot of teams lose the first time they get to the finals. A lot. If they play the Celtics, I think the Celtics would win. If they play the Cavs, though, let's talk about the Eastern Conference Championship real quick. If the Celtics beat the Cavs, which honestly I think they would, they just have so much more experience than the Thunder. Even though the Thunder are a deeper team, in my opinion, the Celtics have the best combo. They have the best combo in the league in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You could argue LeBron and Luka are a better combo, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are so certified in that they both play really, really good defense. Jaylen Brown's honestly an elite defender, and offensively they can just blow up. Luka Laker fans will tell you he's a good defender. I still disagree. I watch every game, every minute of every game. Still they attack him and find ways. And has he gotten better? Yes, he has gotten better. But he is far from a good defender right now. And yeah, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. That 1-2 punch, to me, Thunder just really would have a hard time with. It would be cinema, in my opinion, but I would say Celtics over Thunder. But if it's the Cavs, if the Cavs find a way to beat the Celtics, to me that series goes Game 7. Same as the Lakers series versus Thunder. I think that would be Game 6 or 7. But if the Cavs find a way, that opens everything up for the Thunder, because the Cavs, as good as they are, they're still inexperienced as well. Yeah, I would be surprised if they beat the Celtics. In my opinion, the Celtics will win. But you have two fresh, newly teams into the finals. In my opinion, that's going Game 7 no matter what, and it's anyone's game. It's a toss-up. You could go either or. That would be just madness. Absolute madness. The Cavs are such a good team because new coaching staff, same players, but just significantly more united. Schemes are better, running some pretty solid zone defenses when they have to. Donovan Mitchell taking a step back in terms of usage. I believe, that's what I'm saying into the eye test. But in terms of the actual factual numbers, I don't want to lie. But just off the eye test, he's kind of taken a step back in terms of usage, but taking a step up in terms of when they need him. He's at his best. He will show up when they just need him. In the biggest of games, Donovan Mitchell is going to absolutely show up. But he has taken a step back in terms of letting the rest of his team get involved, getting into it. And to me, they have benefited from it. Darius Garland has also stepped up. Evan Mobley has stepped up. Jared Allen, still a really solid center. And, DeAndre Hunter, getting him on this Cavs team is amazing. He's done so good. So, yeah, if you ask me, Celtics, Cavs, book 'em conference. Lakers, Thunder. If the Lakers remain the 3 seed. If the Lakers go 4 seed or 5 seed, things get real messy. But, again, this is if the season ended today. We're not worried about, what could be. No. The season ended today with the current seedings. How would it look with my predictions? Those would be my predictions. Who would win the finals? Celtics would beat the Thunder. But for whatever reason, if the Cavs can win, that's a coin toss. I won't even lie. I would have a bias towards the Thunder because Shea is one of my favorite players. So I'd like to see the Thunder win if the Lakers don't win. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. If the season ended today, who'd you have beating who? How would it look for you? For me, I just broke all of it down to you guys. So it's exciting. I'm excited. I'm also sad because, I cover the NBA a lot. I don't even know what I'm going to do when they go to the off season. I guess I'll figure it out. But as always, feel free to like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel. This is All We've Been Different. All We've Been Different. And we out.